So, hello and welcome back to This Week in Haiti from Haiti Liberté. I'm Joseph Mullen, and today I'm joined by Ralph Laurent. Ralph Laurent, the host of Tanbou Verité, and it's a pleasure to be joined with you. To begin, I think it would be appropriate for anybody watching this on the Haiti Liberté channel to learn a little bit more about Tanbou Verité first and kind of talk a little bit about your own work. And then we'll delve more into kind of the history of the newspaper, how that relates to current developments of today. But yeah, I think that might be a first topic to kick it off is your own work.
Good evening, Joseph. It's a great pleasure for me to be with you. And all my greetings go to Haiti, Liberté, and Cam Ives, and Bertoni and the whole team of Haiti, Liberté doing such a great work in the Haitian community, fighting for the truth and trying to keep the U.S. The and Haitian community informed about what is really going on in Haiti. So my social media name is Ralph Laurent, but my real name is Jean-Marc Louissaint. So, but all the social media know me as Ralph Laurent. So I run the show Live Tanbou Verité, which means uh, which is a platform where we stand for the truth, we speak the truth, and we defend the truth. And we also defend the rights of all Haitians in Haiti. And we try to do our best to keep the our community well informed about what is really going on in Haiti. So it's a very great pleasure for me to be with you on this platform today.
Fantastic. And it's a pleasure to have you as well. And as we were kind of discussing a little bit before we started recording, we're going to talk a little bit about the archive. So, this archival work that I've been doing over the past year or so, kind of digging into the archive of Haiti Liberté, all the volume one copies that we have. We have a whole, actually, can show a little bit, a whole cabinet full of archival material from volume one, volume four. I mean, up to volume two or three, I think, is already on our website. It's available for subscribers of the paper to go on the WordPress website, and then they can check out the digitized PDF archive. But this archive of volume one so far has not been digitized and put on our website. So it's kind of been something I've been working on, turning these into PDFs and then putting them up. They're not finished yet. I'm still undergoing the process of putting them into PDFs and then putting them on the WordPress website. But suffice it to say, I'm on the latter part of volume one. Then we'll do all of volume two, all 52 issues of volume two. And for our conversation today and for this podcast episode, I brought audio listeners. When this is on audio on like Spotify, may not be able to see this, so I'll make the video recording as well will be available on YouTube. But yeah, can see this old copy of the paper. This one that I brought to talk about a specific article is volume number one, number 38, from the 9th to 15th of April 2008. So can do the math. That's 17 years ago. Very, very old. I mean, some things change and some things stay the same, obviously, and history repeats itself. Versus tragedy, etc. But this one that I've brought has an article in it, page 9. Just turn over to there, and it's a review actually a book review of a book that was published, and I think there was a like a reading or discussion of it here at the office here in Brooklyn. And there's also been a couple articles about this book. And the book is Damming the Flood: Haiti, Aristide, and the Politics of Containment by Peter Hallward, who is a professor of philosophy from the UK. He was at the time in 2003. That was his post. And this article talks a little bit about how he was teaching this course and having his students read about Francophone literature, read about Haiti, and then in the process of doing that, he became really interested in the 2004 coup. He wrote about it very prolifically. So he published this book, and it's 488 pages long, but it's published in 2008 in April. And this review is by Ben Terrell, um, who it doesn't say more about him specifically, but anyways, this review kind of brings us to the subject that we're going to talk about a little bit today. And you started by mentioning how wanting to defend the truth and the various forms of which the truth is constantly under attack, specifically around Haiti. This article might as well have been written contemporaneously because all the same tactics that are being used by the US imperialist machine and apparatus are being deployed at the time that this the 2004 coup is taking place, and then this book is really explaining that whole machinery. That same attack is today being launched against the resistance forces, the freedom fighters that are in Haiti that are seeking liberation from those same imperialist forces that were in 2004 launched a coup against Aristide. And the book, this review as well, which is really good, we'll talk a little bit about Aristide's failures compared to today. We have a very different form of resistance and approach to liberation. But irrespective of that, the tactics that were utilized are almost exactly the same litany of tactics, such as having the aid apparatus, USAID, NGOs, the humanitarian industrial complex swooping in and distorting the truth. There's a very interesting section of this article where it talks about how the CIA trained, for example, Toto Constant and other death squad, Makut, repressive terrorists, for lack of a better word, in specifically to fight liberation theology and say, oh, that's liberation theology. That's the same as Marxism Leninism. It's the same as the Soviets. It's the same as Pol Pot, and make up all uh, these words and these labels because that was the first level of the assault, was to demonize Aristide, make movies about him, movies like Ghosts of Cité Soleil, with Wyclef Jean, all this kind of like media that was developed to fight uh, Aristide and his movement. And then today we have that same exact thing with the gangs, the chaos, quotation marks, of course, all the time, because you have to take some of these Western media with a grain of salt, especially when you read the history and they've done this before, they're doing the same thing. So it's not so much of a question. This is more kind of a uh, uh, platform from which to launch off from this discussion, which is how does this, how do these tactics continually repeat themselves? Can we learn from this history that we have here, where we see, okay, they're they're continuing all these tactics to begin with, but then also the root of it is this Western mindset about Haiti as a cursed place, as a place of chaos, as a intrinsically demonic and uncontrollable place, which might be true in the opposite sense of what they are trying to say in the sense of revolution and that spirit, but that demonization is part of the tactic then to create a self-fulfilling prophecy. And then when disaster happens, you can say blame it on people. You can say any attempt to create freedom is creating more chaos. So I wonder your thoughts about that and uh, the parallels we see today.
Well, thank you, Joseph. You know, this kinds of stories repeat themselves, right? So if we, I always tell my people, listen, what looks like democracy for you may be looked at as dictatorship for the system and the imperialism. What is, I mean, it's either one or the other. Today, they might call what we have in Haiti democracy because this is what they want. If we go back to 1986, Haiti was still then, we can say, a nice place where people could travel in and out. And there was a minimum of security and territorial control by the then government. Then they come in, they say, well, listen, people, this is not democracy, this is dictatorship. Then 39 years later, we're in 2025 now. What we sing now compared to what we had till 1986, it's a completely a chaotic state of Haiti, right? So we don't have, or our so called governments have no control of our own territory, of our own institutions, of our own economy. And if we go way back to 1915, well, we had Haiti still had um, issues, you know, social, political, economic, everything. But um, the U.S. Um, imperialism came down. They said, well, they take control of the country. And remember, as you said earlier, it's the same tactics. Before we had 19 July 1915, we had chaos all over the place, and two presidents lost their lives. So the invasion, the U.S. invasion, could be validated or justified. If we go back to Villebrun Guillaume Sam, who was in power in 1915, he was killed. Okay, he was and his body dragged all around the city of Port-au-Prince. Then we had another president that was killed. His name was Oreste Zamor. We lost two presidents in less than 24 hours. And that was enough for the Washington military boats or a ship that was near Cap Haitian or at Guantanamo to just head back to Haiti and take over the country from 1915 to 1934. And since then, Haiti was had been under, or has been under U.S. control. They control the army. The army had always been a puppet in the U.S. hands, and they utilized the army to make the coup, all the coups until 1991. So in 1994, after they threw Aristide out of power with the Bush government, then the Clinton government came in and they brought him back 3 years after. and then they dismantled the Haitian army. The army that they had been using from 1915 till 1991. And I always hear people say that I don't have any proof, but until we can talk about Toto Constant and all those, and because in 1991, 1994, I could, I was a young guy, I was a young boy, I could hear, some stuff. But and until 1994, they came back, they say, hey, you know what? We don't want this army anymore. Or Aristide, allowed them to destroy our army. But they did it. And I can assume that they did it because, well, after so many years, they kind of didn't want it anymore. And they said, well, we are going to replace the army. We are going to create a what they call HNP, Haitian National Police. And in 1995, they created the Haitian police with all its weaknesses. And since 1995, this Haitian police was never able to contain or to be on top of the what to call the public safety, right? Until the same Haitian National Police became a political tool for politicians to use whichever they want. So nothing had ever changed. It is the same tactics. Now, you mentioned the so called aid, the NGOs like USAID, the National, what they call the National Endowment for Democracy,
Yeah.
and all those tools, right? They use them to control everything in Haiti, our institutions, the media, the so-called human rights organizations, and all that. So they are all puppet tools used by the U.S. Um, governments and allies to um, control Haiti. So recently we had a president in power. So they said, well, this is not democracy. They accused them of massacres, corruption, and everything. They got rid of him. He was killed. He was assassinated in his own house, home, presidential house, home, whatever you call it. So that happened 4 years ago. Where are we now? Now they got rid of him and they put in power some kind of puppets, illegal,
Mm-hmm.
unconstitutional, unpopular. I mean, those people are not supposed to be in power, but they are, and they are. You can see it. It's obvious. It's public. Everybody can see it. They are well protected by the so-called international community. Why? Because, as I said earlier, what is democracy for you can be dictatorship for them, depends on where their interests are, depends on what is their interests. So this is the situation Haiti finds itself in today, and we don't know where it's going so far because it's total chaos in Haiti, institutional chaos, social chaos, economic chaos. It's all chaos. But that's what they want. This is the way they want it. Haiti has to be in the experimental land
Yeah.
for these kinds of um I don't know how to call it, but they want Haiti to be the way it is. So they can always talk about us like, a failed country, failed people, fake government, and all that.
Well, I think that and part of the perspective um with Haiti Liberté and the connection to uh, having that kind of global perspective, both in Haiti, in the diaspora, in Africa, and then having, I mean, by doing this archival work as well, all the uh, Travail Le Monde, the global reporting, because it is a Haitian newspaper, but it's also uh, a global newspaper, and it's interested in global events and global information. But part of that that's interesting that I want to pick up on what you said is also the importance of the importance of Haiti to begin with as a nation, as a people, um, is the first thing, and then the Haitian Revolution is really, when we know our history and we're looking back to that, the first most inspirational event that is the real problem for this network of people. And you can even go back to that with the people that were expelled from Haiti, the French colon, the planters and farmers, very similar to the Pieds Noirs in Algeria, or so-called Rhodesians in Zimbabwe. They took their hate and their racist ideology and really the profits that they were now being denied from because of the abolition of their um, livelihood, or actually, their system of forced labor that they benefited immensely from. They took all that, and in many cases of these individuals, they went to the American South. They went to Louisiana, at the time, the still part of the French uh, territory, the Great Louisiana Territory of Napoleon. And even before then, they went to Florida, and many of them are still their families in Florida, for example. But they they brought all of their ideas and all of their vitriol with them, and the the integral part of that in American ideology of, you have people who are going to verbally come over and say what happened in Haiti. We had, oh, Dessalines, he was massacring people, and uh, we can't let this happen. And I think that fear mongering is what then at the time was used to quell all of the uprisings of Nat Turner and Denmark Vesey, and other enslaved people who were using Haiti as really a banner for freedom. They were trying to rally around Haiti to liberate people in North America because Haiti had done it first. And that, ever since then has been, no, you cannot do this. It's unacceptable to follow that sort of shining star. Um, so, and I think part of the reason to connect to that came across my mind was that in the Haitian Constitution, we've talked about this on a couple of podcasts, and Kim has talked about it at the UN, with respect to the principle in the Haitian Constitution that no foreign troops can be on Haitian soil. No, really, no other country can intervene in Haiti's sovereignty. And I think many countries kind of ideologically or idealistically will say that, and America may say that, but at the same time, they're not really trying to defend some core thing. And even with it's even, for example, say the American Revolution and the Haitian Revolution, where the two same types of revolution is really kind of a false equivalence. And I think that then having in the Haitian Constitution the idea that anybody who is against slavery and anybody who wants to promote liberation and promote internationalism can be a Haitian citizen. Kind of that idea is so revolutionary that it has to be stomped out. and American imperialism. Really, honestly, one of its main focuses that people may not think about is that Haiti has been this example of liberty, and it has to be quelled at all costs. There is an indemnity levied against Haiti that has to be unjustly come and expropriated and stolen away, all the gold. So, yeah, just, putting kind of those thoughts out there, and I think to relate especially to the media work that's being done, having podcasts, having interviews, particularly with Jimmy Cherizier and other leaders of the revolutionary movement, is to kind of remind people that you hear all this media discourse in the mainstream media in America, and it's not just, oh, that's the one media, this the other one. That is the most well-funded media apparatus. It's on most TVs throughout America. People are watching it. People hear it on the radio while they're at work, or in their free time eating dinner with their family, and they're hearing, oh, what's going on in Haiti. And I grew up in South Florida, so for me, I remember well when I heard about Jovenel Moise being assassinated, as you also mentioned, and the rhetoric of the news media down there, especially being close to Haiti, close to the Caribbean, is just immensely, all this propaganda and all this discourse, and it is trying to make people think really that, yeah, just that core thing, which is that Haiti has been rogue, is rogue, and this is unacceptable, and that if only this country were to, come back into the America's idea of what democracy is, as mentioned, then everything would be fixed, and that would mean another imposition of foreign rule. So, kind of could talk about the need to utilize media and utilize technology to make this kind of to reveal the truth, as you were saying.
Yes, it's not a secret for anybody in the world to remember that after 1804, um, America, which is the closest country to Haiti, which is our closest neighbor, right, never recognized the freedom of Haiti. The the idea of global liberation, promoted by Haiti. We did it, and we didn't just do it. We promoted it, and we went around the world to to expand, to extend the example. And we even, our ancestors, our freedom fighters, went even too far saying, listen, it doesn't matter what color, what race, what language you speak. Is once you step on this soil, this land of Haiti, you are free. And you said it. If you live in any part of this world and don't feel free, your freedom is a threat, come to Haiti, you will be free. They sell the idea that Dessalines was a man that was a criminal who massacred white people. Like I was saying the other day on my show to my people, listen, um, they even to us Haitians, they present Dessalines as a criminal, as a good for nothing, as a what name could I call him? But they went so deep, they um even his own physical image, they changed. They changed even his physical image, right? Because he dared, after defeating the French colonial power, the most powerful army on earth at that time, and claimed himself emperor. All right. So that wasn't welcome. Just the idea of freeing the whole world, the idea of freedom for all, it doesn't matter which race, color, language. I mean, that wasn't acceptable. And it goes on and on. And as you mentioned earlier, our Constitution is against that practice. You know, foreign military, foreign armies, foreign countries coming, stepping, and, you know, take over our country, invade our country. It's against, I mean, our Constitution is clear about that from Dessalines till now, but they've been doing the opposite. So it's like over 220 years later, we're still paying. We're still being punished for what our ancestors have done. It's like, well, if they only liberated Haiti and didn't go to Venezuela, didn't go to Bolivia, didn't go to Africa, well, they could forgive us, but we went too far, right? We went too far. So, well, I think it is time for our people to understand, to stand up, to open their eyes and decide what's best for our country. I mean, take the better decision or decisions for our country. It is in our hands to do something. We cannot let this continuously happen to our country, to our people. Like today, as you said, we have this group of people. They call them gangs. They call them now, they call them, they even went farther than that, calling them, naming them terrorists, right? But they are saying one thing. Whether they are terrorists or gangs, they say saying one thing: freedom for Haiti. This system, it has, we have to get rid of this system, right? But we don't know so far. We don't know where it's going, but we have to do something.
I see we're running a little low on time on the Zoom. It may automatically extend the time because sometimes it'll give a little extra time. But uh, despite that, if it does close off as Zoom sometimes does, uh, I think we can segue and it can be a final topic if that is what Zoom decides to impose. But some maybe recommendations that you have for people who are listening who I imagine part of our audience as well is people like me. They may not know Creole, they may not have been to Haiti. English speakers, primarily, or people who aren't as familiar. But especially people who are just starting to learn about these things are always asking us, well, what should I read? Or, what's the first thing that conscientized you? So beyond just listening to the show or listening to your show as well, um, any recommendations for what people should, the information people should get in addition to what we've laid out, reading the Constitution of Haiti, a good place to begin. Um, but yeah, the most important things on your mind for people listening.
Well, it would be the Haitian Constitution. Constitution. What does it say? What are the limits when it comes to foreign interferences? Okay, and when it comes to sovereignty of our Haiti, of our people, of the people of Haiti, and reading from a paper like Haiti liberty that is standing beside the truth, standing for the truth. All right. So follow closely the media that is really digging for the truth, exposing the truth, such as Haiti Liberty. That's a better way to, I mean, identify the people, the media, the journals, the 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 podcasters that stand for the truth, that are curious about the truth, that want to expose the truth. That's how you learn from you those this audience, those English speakers who don't really know about Haiti, to get to know Haiti. I would recommend Haiti Liberty, which is a good source where you can learn. I mean, for so many years, Haiti Liberty has been working on Haiti's situation. That's a good source. So I really recommend Haiti Liberty. And thank you, Joseph. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, thank you so much for joining Haiti Liberté and joining This Week in Haiti, our show. And I'm sure there will be more discussions. Hopefully, an in-person interview as well is on the horizon. So until then, appreciate it so much, Jean-Max, and we will, yeah, continue this conversation that has kind of just been started around these subjects. So take care. Anything else you want to shout out before the time expires?
Respect to Haiti Liberty, respect to you, respect to Cam Ives, Bertoni, and the whole staff of Haiti Liberty. So looking forward to speaking to you again.
Okay, fantastic. Well, yeah, have a great rest of your night and talk to you later.
You do the same. Thank you, man.
Good night.
Good night.